What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Everybody okay? How we doing? Good evening. Good evening. Give everybody a minute to get in here. Hello, Chariots. What's going on? Figure we take a quick look. Got a few minutes. What's up, Circle? BK? Cola? How we doing? WHP, Michael Arnold. Everybody okay? Have a good day today. We had a pretty good day today, right? GJ, what's up? We had a pretty good day today. I found I like this for support going into tomorrow. I'd like to reclaim. I'd like to stay above. Still haven't figured out why this version is not showing nighttime. What's up, Julius? Charles, my dogs. Huh. Hmm. I'm gonna have to figure it out. There's another. There's another version I'm running, and I can't get the same setup for some reason. Everybody okay? What's up, Shelly? Man, I caught, I don't know if anybody caught this. I entered, what's up, Team Massive? I'm not saying that I like it to the downside. I'm just saying I like 602 pretty solid support and then 600.75. Now, yesterday you had this FOMC crap. This is hard to, this is hard to chart, but if I go back, I need one of those mouse pads, y'all. Oh, I hear you, Massive. I called it. I wasn't live at the time, but now I'll tell you something I wanted to tell everybody else. Um, I caught some of this pump up. I started dropping to a 2 minute, and and found this support and took this run up right here. It just kept pumping too. What's up, Justin? And I think I hung with this. I tried to get short right here. Man, where'd my EMAs go? See, something ain't right, man. It's not saved my. It's not saved my setting. What's up, Baker? Today was crazy, right, bro? What's up, Justin? Yeah, I did catch this. I caught it from here and got out on this, and then I caught calls right here also. And I tell you why I caught calls was because of this right here, this and this. And this is why I've been trying to tell people throughout the day, when we get reversals, I mark them. Look at that inverse head and shoulders there. You know, it got up to, I guess this is the neck. Yeah, held this same support right here. Once, two, three. It's exactly where we reversed at. So I was pretty confident buying calls here. Man, it was hard to get order entries that fast because when this dropped, it dropped like a rocket. But I'll say this, I had to get in it. I got stopped out um 3 times. I kept wanting puts. I was even talking to my buddy Pat's there that comes on, Tom, uh, because he had ran some calls up, I think. And at the same time, I said, I'm looking for puts. I'm looking for puts. We had pumped. I mean, this was a hell of a run. 602.01. So there's 4.5 point run. And I was pretty confident we were going to get some kind of sell off at the end of the day. So I kept watching. I watched us get over highs. This was my first level, 605.20. And then I watched us make a new high, but we were struggling up there. We were struggling up there. And then what was the indicator? Even on the 2 minute, I saw this flip down and saw this RSI start dropping. So I run on up to the 3 minute and the 5 minute. If this thing will quit buffering. So look at this 5. When this thing started dipping and I noticed this RSI right here on the 5 minute, you had about one 5 minute candle to load right here. This green one tried to wick you out, but I loaded this off of 2 minute candles. So there was a little bit of play up there. It was hard to catch, but I did catch it. Wish I could have been live when we caught it, but I caught it. It was 100 and at that point in the day, you got two choices. You either go out a day, and when I got these calls down here, I did go out a day because I thought about holding them, but I didn't. I read like 30 or 40%. So I got out and took profits. But I went ahead and bought. So this was every now and then. If you've had it, we had a pretty good day today. So I said I'm gonna take a little bit of risk, and I loaded up some cheap calls, some zero DTEs. Uh, I could take a small loss if I wanted to, and yeah, Mr. T, yeah, I could. I felt like I said, hell, there's a little risk right here because it was still pumping and price action been moving up steady, but psychologically thinking, I said, man, we could see a pretty big dump after all this grind up through here. It was screaming it for me anyways. So I also noticed that we were coming in to some structure right here. So I think this was morning structure from the 23rd. So that's the next thing we got to chew through to get back to 610. I don't think it'll take a lot, but what do I know? We could consolidate up here. We could get to 610 and then just start consolidating. Um, sort of like this back here. Couldn't make new highs. We could move back up into this range up here and do the same thing, but that's kind of what stopped us out. We are looking bullish on a 4 hour. Look at that MACD. Came off down to the zero line and bounced. So I think we're looking a little bit to the bullish side. Daily, we're still over the zero line. We're in bull hands on the daily. RSI is still 57 pointing up. I think we got a good chance to go back and test 610 over the coming days. So, let's see here. I had a couple questions.
I found this on the web.
Oh my good grief. What the heck, Siri? Let's see here. Give me just a second, guys. GJ, when you place options, market order, which one do you usually click? Higher number on calls and same on puts? GJ, can you specify what you mean? Higher number on calls? What exactly do you mean? The strike? The higher the strike? So if we pull up options here, I usually display 30 and we'll just be looking at calls. Let's go to tomorrow. Are you talking about the strike price? The higher the number or just specify what you mean, brother, and maybe I can help you. What's up, Victor? Mr. T, I don't think bots for tomorrow. When you place option market order, which do you usually click? Higher numbers on calls and same on puts. I'm not sure I understand, GJ. Like for tomorrow, this is tomorrow's dates. Gary, I mean, yeah, there's a possibility, but I just gotta. I kind of saw that in the chart in the moment is how I caught that. And yeah, I don't think, you know, I don't think a bot is cheating, but because I'll tell you, if you're not careful placing, like if you're just going off a buy and sell signal on a bot, it can fry you all day. And bots the one I was using, you also have to change settings on it. Up here, I got on a 2 minute. See, I was trying the 2 minute, and I was trying to get an entry on a 2 and then confirm with a 3. And going off a 2 minute, you see it faked me out 3 times right here. 3 minute never faked. 2 minute sell sell buy. 3 minute you're still running off this buy order down here, and it would have got you. I mean, it's pretty damn solid. A bot also will always back test perfect. Yeah, a bot will also back test perfect. You look back and you're like, oh, this thing's super accurate. Well, these are also linear regression candles, and uh, it could be moving. The price could be moving up higher than what you realize, and the candle's showing you lower, like it is different. So, I think it can be useful. I think it's another tool, and it works nice on a trend. So let's go back to the day before. And when you compare it, here's SPY on the day before on the 5. Here's SPY the day before on a normal. Uh, could have helped some. Maybe right here. You may get burned on some, like when they're not printing, when it's just all wicks and stuff like this, it's hard for the bot. It picked this one up. Let's go from here. That's on a 5. I'm just trying to get early entries, but it does pretty good on a trend day. It'll help keep you in a trade a little bit. I'm gonna bring it to the community some, but I also don't want people to just depend on it. It's not that good. What's up, Clutch? Yeah, Baker, I've not put it out there yet. I've been testing it a few days, and I've not put it out there yet. I guess I'll make a video on it, and then we'll go on live one night and set it up for everybody. So GJ, choosing the right for for a day trade, we normally, this is what I say, if you're pretty new to options, it's best to uh, okay, Professor X, I got you. Thank you. So if you're pretty new to options, I think uh, I think it's good to go out an extra day on expiration of the contract. So tomorrow's the 31st. It's not a bad idea for you if you're just starting to go out to Monday's date. Now the contracts do cost a little more, but the volatility is slowed down some. Okay, they're not going to be as volatile. They're not going to move as crazy until you get a good feel of it. Uh, Normally speaking, what we do, excuse me, is we day trade zero DTEs. They kind of produce the highest returns, but there is a lot of volatility with them. To take some of that out, like if we were looking at calls, the price of, let me get this right here. The price of the SPY closed at 605, let's say. So we go out one or two strikes out of the money, normally speaking. Anything in the money is a number that's already been passed. Anything out of the money is a number in front of you, if that makes sense. Opposite for a put. If we were looking at puts, the price closed at 605.04. If we wanted puts to the downside, we would choose a 604, or you could, a 605 is just out of the money. You're 4 cents away. So a 604 or a 603, you can go a little further out when the price is up here still. You don't want to be trading these 14, 11 cents, 25-cent contract. You don't want to do that. They're super volatile, and if the price dips on you one time, they're gone. You so that's kind of how generally speaking, if I say I'm going into calls, you don't even have to ask. You can go one or two strikes out of the money, and that's where I'm at. Same with puts, one or two strikes. If the prices are up there still decently, somewhere around 70 cents to $1, I'll grab them. I'll grab them sometimes 50 cents if I'm getting a little riskier, but try to stay somewhat close to in the money. If you're swinging options out for like a week or 2 weeks, you don't want to be buying out of the money very much at all. You want to buy right at the money or in the money uh, with SPY contracts. Every ticker trades a little different, I guess. Sometimes Josh will go, if you're going out like 6 months or a year, sometimes he may go out of the money some. Um, but technically speaking, I don't do that, and I don't swing contracts much. Sometimes I'll overnight one, but I hope that answers your question, brother. Um, let's see here. Baker, yeah, man. It it can help. It can help. I just don't want to put something on there, somebody wreck themselves trying to follow a 1 minute bot, and they're buying and selling every 30 or 45 seconds, because it won't work. You still have to identify other indicators and get confluence. Uh, but it's another tool to help reinforce. And what I do is I load it on another chart on TradingView. I can refer to it and say, what's it saying? What's it giving me? And you have to go in and alter the settings on it some to kind of get it to work right. Absolutely, GJ. If I can help you, reach out to me, man. Tag me on Discord, reach out to me. Always here to help. A little cold in here. Let me turn my heater on. My cold. Cold. All right. So, for some reason, my Weeble has took my indicators off. So I'm going to add them back. I'll start with the EMAs. I had to do this last night. So I run the 9 and the 200 while day trading. Go back down here and change this to 200. And I like to make my 200 red. Make the line thicker so they pop out. Then I run VWAP bands, but I uncheck the upper and lower band. I like the middle VWAP where it's at. I'm thinking about changing this to white. Seems like it pops out better. There we go. So there's my VWAP. These are my two EMAs. I use that 9 EMA with the 5-minute chart, guys, for anybody that's new. How do you spot reversal continuation candles, Professor X? Oftentimes, large wicks will show you reversals on higher time frames. Here's a 15-minute time frame. Here's one that wicked down crazy. This was FOMC. Can't go off of this crap. Here's you a few. Wicks will usually tell you when buyers are stepping in or sellers are stepping in on the upside, like this big red candle here, this wick. See, I got a circle drawn. So the higher the time frame, the better it's going to show you. Here you go. Here's a 30-minute. That's that big dip today. See where it got ate up at? 602. Support. That is a support level. Now, on a lower time frame, I could see why it bounced there. That's what I said at the first of the video. This inverse head and shoulders here, here, and here. There was another support here at 600.75. 602 held here, 602 held here, and reversed. Held here, reversed up. Pretty good indication it was going to probably bounce at 602 or had a good chance, or 600.75. Had a good chance of bouncing right there because we had identified previous support. So it's easier to say, even if you caught this, if you catch this run right here for a little scalp, right? You catch that. Well, you probably ought to consider trimming, at least if you caught the back move up here, you probably ought to consider trimming right here because, well, hell, it held back here. Good chance it's going to hold again. And sure enough, it did. It held 3 times today. So that's pretty good support. 602.01 or 602. Put that on your chart. That's support. So if we start coming back at that in the coming days, you know that is a support zone, and if it can't hold, if it if you were getting to this level and this MACD was crossing down at that level, well, it's probably going to be a stronger move. If your RSI is under 50, you could prepare for puts. If you were in puts up here, then you'd be trimming here in hopes for it to break through, and then your stop loss will kick you out in profit. You got to get ahead of the game a little bit like that. Does Webull also have buy sell bots? Tejan, I don't think so, brother. That is an advantage of TradingView. They have a lot of third-party apps people have created. Um, and they can load them in as a script, and you can apply it to a chart. TradingView has that. Webull does not have that ability. Not that I know of. Oh, for sure, Baker. I think what I'll do. I think what I'll do is make a video. We'll do a live. Everybody can set it up with me, and then I'll also just do a video of me so you can just breeze through the setup. I think I've got it set up a little bit different than how it was shown to me. So, you can alter it. You can go in and alter it around and help yourself out. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, we can do that. I feel like, if you got 1 to 200 people in here, there'll be a lot of questions going on and stuff. So we'll dedicate an evening to it. Now, I'll say this thing had on a 3-minute. Do you see how you can't? Let me get to a 3. These candles will appear differently. And on this chart, I wouldn't have had a perfect, what was this price at? 602. Well, you can see here's 602 right here. And you see these linear regression candles. It never revealed this to me. So if I can't identify support off of it, I still have to have another chart showing me uh, the to be able to see things that are coming. By looking at this chart and this wick on this candle, even on the 5, let's get it on the 5. That showed me support when it reversed up. It showed me that, hey, that could come into play again throughout the day, and boom, right there it did on this one. I was able to see, hey, we're coming back down to 602. This can hold. I wouldn't see that on this chart. This chart never gave me that. It gave it to me here. The bot produced the signal, but it didn't show me the lines. It's a little gangster. It's a little tricky. I really wanted to spend some time with it, seeing if I trusted it. So, but yeah. So tomorrow, let's get what's up, Martial Law? Welcome, man. Thanks for joining. Oh yeah, I feel you, Baker. Oh yeah, Baker. How much were you up, brother? Was you up from this when we got in back here? Did you ride that whole way up? Look at what happens, guys. Baker can probably attest to this right now. We gave entry back here for this play. I remember it. Inverse head and shoulders. And I don't know where you entered at, brother, but if you rode this whole thing up, like he's saying, if you're not taking some profits along the way, look at this one candle. It just robbed you. It just robbed you your profits because of a market maker dumping, you know, dumping on, it's it was bound to happen. The RSI on the lower time frames, you see the 5 minute, it got way overbought. And 15 was strong this whole day. This 15 MACD pointed your direction the whole way right here. It even gave you a crossover here. Some people frown on the MACD, man. MACD is potent, especially when it crosses that zero line. So, martial law, nice, brother. Marshall, you are probably more experienced than I am, brother. Mainly what we focus on in here is the SPY. I started picking up Amazon and Apple some, and just trying to help people out that are starting and give some guidance and stuff, man. Big family. I'm glad you're here, though, man. Trump tariff talk, but they can use any news. I got a second touch of the trend line. You got in on the second touch of the 9 EMA. Is it what it was, Baker? Like right here? Tariffs. This one right here. Oh, damn. You wrote the whole thing pretty much, huh? That's where we got in today. That is where we got in. I remember. That was a great. Oh my God. I don't want to say this, but I'm getting low on peppermints. I feel you, Marshall. Gotta have them peppermints, guys. All right. So 602, put that on your chart, guys, for the upcoming days. We can come back and test it again tomorrow. Nothing says we can't. Um, right now we just we gotta start pushing through 606.50. Call it 606.60 if you want. Right in there. Um, we got a chunk to get through here. We're coming into some resistance right there. 60, I mean, that's right where we got 606.30, 606.50. So I don't think it's a lot to get through. I think we're gonna be checking 611 pretty soon. We got a little bit to chew through right there, and you never know what news is going to come out too. So mm, Mr. Clutch, a lifesaver, man. Professor X. Can you go over market structure, reading price action? Professor X, I'll show you what we do for our morning market structure each day. And I'm about to sign off. I got about 5 more minutes. It's okay, Baker. No problem. So generally what we try to find for newer traders are trending days, and we identify morning market structure, and I usually mark pre-market highs and lows. Uh, if we take these off, I'm gonna remove my moving averages, VWAP. So starting from a chart like this, we take the first three 5-minute candles and identify our morning market structure that way. So you come over on Webull, you come to your drawings, uh, to your first tab. I use a horizontal ray, and you want to mark. We generally mark the bodies of the bottom of the first three candles. And we do the same for the top of the first 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. So we had a tight morning market this morning. Pre-market was about in the same range. But when we identified morning market this morning, I don't think I even identified it this morning. I just had my levels set. I had my levels set, and that's what we did. We played calls right out of the gate. We wait for the break. We try not to trade. Sometimes I do, but when I'm with Josh, we don't usually take trades too often in the first 15 minutes. We like to let the market settle a little bit and give us some direction. And we try to find our trends. This candle here was a fake out above morning market today. It gave you a good run up. Had I not had a level set here and breaking it at 604, I think is where I had it. I've changed my chart so many times. You look for the first candle to break above and then a continuation candle or a back test and then a continuation candle. This is morning market. Today it was tight. So early entry, this is where we had VWAP. If you're above VWAP and you start to break over or start to break under morning market, that's when we start placing our entries. This was basically a fake out. It came back down into morning market before it started breaking. So this one gave you a break, a back test, and then a flush, if you can see that, to the downside. Here was your break. You back tested the bottom of morning structure, and then you flushed. Does that make sense? You got a reversal back into it again, and then ended up playing the upside of it today. Now, this is not a typical uh, this is not a typical day that you want to trade just off of morning structure. Morning structure and trading it, you look for trending days. You don't always get trending days. You get them 2, maybe a couple of days a week. This was a good day to trade your morning structure. Even though we dipped at first. Here was the top morning structure. 1, 2, 3. Here was the bottom of morning structure. Now, this broke under but couldn't continue. Sucked all the way back up to the top of it and then trended the rest of the day. You had a back test of VWAP here. So you have one more load zone if you just run VWAP. I often run the 9 EMA with it. And that's kind of our setup, man, for trending days when we get a trend day. Now, that's not every day, and we have to look for other ways to trade the market, finding supports and resistances. But this is how we generally identify morning market structure. And then I will often highlight it with a rectangle so I know where it's at the rest of the day. This could be trouble, this could be support. Oftentimes you get a back test of it, like just right there. These candles here back tested it. And I'm sorry, let me add my VWAP back. You got the back test of VWAP, and then it moved up the rest of the day. So if you played this was 600.80. If you caught Yeah, there's 2 points, 2.5 points to catch here. Back test and a reload from here, 601.20 to 605.40. Even if you got out here, I mean that's a good move. That's the way Josh teaches this. There's also pre-market structure. These are points of reference. You know, I was happy to play this that day uh, to the upside once we got out of morning structure to the upside, and we needed to continue over pre-market structure. It's identifying structure all throughout the day. I don't, Marshall. Marshall, I can't even tell you what that is. What is that, brother? This is it inverse? HIBL. Never done that, man. Do you buy options on those? Oh God. Or you just buy the share? That's wild looking to me, brother. I have to check it out, man. I did not know that. I played like TQQ, SQQ before. Never played those though. Do shares and options. Okay. All right, guys. Um, we'll see what pre-market does. I swear, man, I've got two different Weebles set up on my computer for some reason. Yes, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So the night session. Oh man, we pushed to 607.25 night session. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens in pre-market, guys. I don't like to give too many levels right here at nighttime. Everything changes. I do like 602 for support. Need to mark that on your charts, okay? I got you, Marshall. Oh yeah, maybe. I think I've got two different versions set up. One's not updated. I don't know. I'll have to delete it or something. Or set up a new window. Huh. Okay, yeah. See, I got two icons. I've got two different ones loaded on this. That's insane. Jesus. Lord, Mary, and Joseph. All right, my friends. That'll probably handle it for me tonight. Uh, we had a great day today. I think the day before or 2 days before we had a banger day. We've had two or three good days this week. Guys, every day's not crazy. Every day's not going to give you a bunch of nice plays. So we make our good days count. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. I'll be with Josh live. Anybody wants to support me, you know how to support me. Go to the description in the video. My link for the Discord is in there if you want to subscribe through me or upgrade, from middle tier or lower tier up. That is what Josh gave me, and it benefits me. That's how I'm able to stream with you guys pretty much every day. Um, Other than that, tip jars are in there, and I'll be with you live again in the morning with Josh. Uh, Tejan, thanks, man. Yeah, yeah, just narrow the focus, brother. I think that's really important for building a foundation. You can branch out as you grow. Spend a year or two trading spies and cues with us. And we'll throw a ticker here and there. Uh, we ran Apple and Amazon both over 8 points the other day, so I hear you, martial law. All right, guys. Peace. I love you. See you in the morning. You know how to support if you want to support. Y'all been so good to me. Thank you. I love you. Many blessings. We will catch you in the morning. I'll post levels in the morning too. We'll see what pre-market does. See what I don't want to give a bunch of stuff tonight. I'm just going to change it overnight pre-market. So we'll hit it again. Thanks for all the likes, guys. 44 likes, 43 people watching. Love it. Thanks, Minky. Thanks, Daryl. Peace.